Hello, hello. This is my first live, and most of the people that probably don't know me, but I wanted to come here and talk. There's been a lot of things I've been wanting to talk about. It's just I've been keeping myself quiet. I don't know why. It's just I find it interesting when I see people talk about certain things, and I got to the point where people will argue or they're not peaceful about their belief. We all have different belief. We had different belief, and because we had different belief, that's actually what's causing this separation among us, and it's quite interesting seeing things as from the observer point of view. But in reality, we all can come together. Anything is possible. So, um, but the main topic I want to talk about today is about fate. Fate. So, what is fate? What is fate? Fate is pretty much the substance of things that is not seen as it is. And I laugh because it's funny. It's funny how there's a lot of people that don't understand, and I didn't used to understand. So I'm not judging anybody. I'm just making an analysis about where I used to be. And um, I used to be in a place where I didn't understood a lot of things, and the reason why is because I was being led by the masses. I was being led by what other people thought, and I thought that was the right thing. But now, before I take anything into my belief system, I analyze and I make my decision based on analysis. So I question things. I don't really question the question, but I question to the point where I ask myself, does this thing brings me value? Does this thing benefits me at all? Is it worth me for me to put the time and effort to entertain it? And if it doesn't, then I don't entertain it. Um, but going back to the word of fate, so fate is pretty much things that is not seen as it is seen. But fate, God gets pleased. So if you have no faith, then you don't not pleasing God. And man, I can go on and on and on with so many things that I learned, but I'm trying to stick to just one specific topic, and the topic I want to talk about is just stay on focus on faith. So um, also faith is very important, right? So also the word says that we must become imitator of God. And who is God? Who is God? Who? What did God did? What did God do? I know this is part of the Bible that talks about how by faith God created the earth and the heaven, right? But by faith we believe that God created the earth and heaven. So my wife is looking at my live to see if I have any people viewing. I don't think I have anybody online, and I wanted to do this. I did this on purpose. I didn't want nobody online because this is my first live, and I wanted to get comfortable with myself, talking uh, to a social media platform. I have not done this before, so it feels different, and the different that I feel is just it feels a little bit uncomfortable because I'm not used to it. So I learned also that we must do uncomfortable things in order to become who we want to become. Okay, so going back to what I was saying is by faith we believe that God created the heaven and earth. Also, this is part of the Bible where it intrigues me, where it says that when there was darkness, God said, "Let there be light," and there was light. So the thing is that we are son and daughters of God. Since we are sons and daughters of God, we must be imitators of God. As you have kids or anybody has kids, or at one point in your life, you seen your parents, and then you wanted to model your parents at one point. I'm not saying that's always 100% accurate, but at one point you wanted to model somebody that you looked up to them as a hero. And as a hero, we must look up to God as a hero. God is our hero. And because God is our hero, we must imitate him. We must model him. And how do you model God? How do you model God? Well, you model by vibrating, by being in the same frequency, in the same atmosphere God is in. And what frequency is God in? The frequency that nothing is impossible. Nothing is impossible to God. So let's go back to the paragraph in the Bible where it talks about how when there was darkness, God said, "Let there be light," and there was light. See, that's the frequency we need to be in. So whenever you want something out of your life, you gotta speak it. You gotta say, "Let there be this that I want to be in. I want to experience in my life, so it can become." But with doubt, we tend to doubt a lot. And I say we because I used to be there before. Am I perfect? No, I'm not perfect yet. But I'm working towards that because I became conscious about that. The moment you become conscious is God working through you. The moment you understand things is because God is giving you the wisdom to understand, because God knows that you have a big purpose in life. And once these things gets identified in you, then you begin to understand things about you. Man, I can just go on and on and on, man. But anyway, so we must be imitators of God. We must model. We must look up to God as a hero, just like you look at your hero when you were a kid. I know when I was a kid, I used to have heroes, and right now, as we speak, I still have heroes in my life, and also on the comic books, and the movies. I look up to some movies, and like there's some movies that fascinates me because I look at those heroes, and they're like my heroes right now. And one of those heroes is Iron Man. I just like what he does. I think it's pretty interesting. I feel like I'm Iron Man sometimes. So that's who I'm modeling. But to have the most power in your life, we must model God. We must look up to God as our hero, as the person that we can become. And some of you might be like, "Man, what are you talking about? You're saying that you must become God?" No, model him as far as the fate part, the possibilities that you know that God is in you, and because it's in you, then anything that you want can be achieved if you do believe. That's it. I gotta do is believe, believe, believe. He said it. He said it. Believe, believe, believe in me. Believe in me means you believe in your own self. A lot of religion have that kind of different. They say that you must believe on somebody who's on the outside of you. When Jesus said believe in me, he did not meant believe in somebody on the outside. He meant for you to believe in yourself. Let Jesus come inside of you, which is the power of God. So yes, so faith. So faith, believe, believe what I'm telling you. Believe what I'm saying. Because this is the foundation of truth. This is the foundation. This is the basics of life. Believing in yourself. So faith. Speak the words as already it is. Speak it as it already happened. Say it like it's already here. Feel it. Feel it. Feel it is the blessings. Feel it is the blessings. Feeling it. Feel it. Feel the power of joy and power of it's already here. Don't wait. What are you waiting for? So Everything that we see in our life physically, it gets created twice. It gets first created in your mind. So your mind is part of your belief system. So whenever you see something in your mind happening, it's gonna become true. The vision, the vision, the vision that you see. And if you do accept it to be true, it will become true in reality, the physical form. So when you see things and you imagine things, that's your spiritual part of you that is creating, co-creating things for you. Okay, so co-creating your mind, the things that you want to create in your life. Start now. Start seeing yourself. Start believing in yourself. Start seeing yourself as you want to see yourself as. We all go through challenges and struggles and persecution and whatever the case may be, that it could be negative about life. But just because you're going through that moment is not always true. You can change that. You can change that. You can co-create it. You can recreate based on your imagination, based on the vision that you have. So, what are you seeing yourself as? What are you visualizing yourself as? What are you co-creating today? You know what I co-create today? I co-create peace. Peace in me. Why? Because I want that peace in me. Because I know when I have peace in me, I'm able to have more clarity in me. I'm able to see things better in my life. How do you create peace in you? You create peace by taking the deep breath and telling yourself everything's fine. Everything's fine. Whenever you feel anger, whenever you feel anxious, don't let that get to you, but rather just stay calm about it and be relaxed about it. You might be asking, well, I can't do that. It's impossible. Nothing is impossible. And then three, he also says that God has given us the spirit of self-control, joy, and happiness. It actually says God has given us a spirit of love, joy, and self-control. So you have the power. You have the power to control yourself, control your emotions, control your feelings. And because of that, you have the power to co-create, co-create, create your belief, your faith. See yourself, imagine yourself. With that being said, I want to go ahead and close this up. I'll be back another day, another time. I hope this was helpful to somebody, because it was surely helpful to me when I found it. I, I'm out.